Hello everyone, welcome to the third ever Thunder Techno podcast. Today we're joined by Rishwan and then Kid.
You sound dead.
So,
Yeah,
no,
what happened?
it's just an impression. Okay, let's get into it. Today we're talking about conspiracy theories part 2.
I have
So
a
in the last
conspiracy
one
theory.
we-
What's up with Kisha's voice?
No, just
He's been
calm,
doing something else.
calm down. Okay, so
Replaced by body double.
it's no.
Hmm.
Okay, so today's conspiracy theory is going to be by me, and today's theory is going to be about, and this is going to come as a shocker, and I'm going to explain everything in detail, okay? So today's theory is going to be about Bill Cipher.
Oh,
Mind
Okay.
blown. Mind blown.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, there's a show on Disney Channel. I know this happened when we were kids. The ad from the year 2012 to the year 2016. I'm not sure if I'm getting that. Yeah, okay, I'm pretty sure that I'm getting that right. Okay, so basically, throughout these years, there was a show called Gravity Falls. I'm not sure if all of you remember it. If you don't know about it, it's okay. I'll still explain. So the show is about a boy named Dipper and his twin sister named Mabel, and they go live with their great granduncle at a let's just say out of town area, kind of like um, it's just out of town. It's like a different county. It's a part of the United States. And then what happened was the place that they're kind of like their hometown in a way, is called Gravity Falls. And then this place has this weird thing where there's like different anomalies that are happening, like weird stuff just starts to happen in Gravity Falls. And then one day, Dipper finds a book. It's a journal written by someone, but the author is unknown. And then inside the journal, it tells Dipper to never trust anyone. And then what's documented inside the journal is all of the different creatures that exist in Gravity Falls, like zombies, gnomes, minotaurs, and all of, like so many different creatures from this author. And his journal was journal number 3. So at the time, he thought that was the only journal, but throughout the story, there's 2 other journals, and they contain different types of information as well. So, and then the story, like the plot of the, there's 2 seasons of the show, and the plot of both seasons is pretty good. It's pretty wild. I think it's definitely one of my most favorite shows of all time. And yeah, so Bill Cipher is the main villain of Gravity Falls. So what happened is, like how this theory basically originated is that in the show, Bill Cipher is a triangle Illuminati. Okay, for those of you who don't know, you can type Bill Cipher in Google and you just pop up a picture of a yellow triangle with an eye in the middle. Yeah, it's basically the Illuminati symbol, but he's alive. He has arms and legs and a top hat. So Bill Cipher, he has the ability to enter people's minds, but through making deals. So there was one episode, and I hope I'm not spoiling this or anything, but there was this one episode where Dipper, the main character, he tries to crack a code on a computer, but then he's failed so many times that the code was going to auto-delete in 20 minutes. So instead of trying again, because if he tries one more time, it's going to auto-delete the code. He approaches Bill Cipher and then he shakes his hand, making a deal. So the way Bill Cipher makes a deal is he shakes someone's hand. So Dipper shakes Bill Cipher's hand, and it gives Bill Cipher the control of Dipper's body. So what happened was Bill promised to basically give the code, but he never did. And then he destroyed the laptop and got control of Dipper's body. And then Dipper became a spirit, and he had to find different ways to try and get back his body. So that episode was pretty good, but it basically lays out the fundamental way Bill actually functions as a villain. So if you make a deal with him, you have to shake his hand, and then he gains control of his body, and then that's how he continues his existence. Like he goes from host to host in that way. So what happened was Gravity Falls is a show with a lot of Easter eggs. So I highly recommend that you actually look this up about the show. But in summary, the creator actually created a real life witch hunt in a way. So there were a lot of different secret clues hidden in the show's 2 seasons. And then what happened was the fans, they kind of decoded all of the clues. And then at the very end of this, they kind of got like this set of coordinates. Then when they went to the exact area, which was somewhere in Oregon, USA, and they dug the spot, there was a real life statue of Bill Cipher showing his hand out, like kind of asking you to shake his hand. So people were taking pictures with the statue, and then it was like, oh my god, there's like this secret witch hunt just to find the statue, and yeah, stuff like that. So the theory comes from it originally originated from Matt Pat from the game theories. From the game theories. So on the second channel, the film theories. So what he discussed was if Bill Cipher was like alive and well, he would still be able to go through different aspects of reality, because Bill only can exist in different aspects of reality. So what if that Bill Cipher statue in our reality was the real Bill Cipher, and the people who shook his hand gave Bill Cipher the ability to control their bodies, and then now he's alive and well in this reality, and that's how the theory goes.
So basically, you're saying that Gravity Falls is not just a cartoon, but it's a documentary in a way.
in in a way, yeah, it's not just a cartoon. Like you can't downgrade it to just a cartoon. It's an amazing show with an amazing plot line, but the way it ties to the real world, I think, so that's how this theory basically originated. Like it's all about people who are shaking Bill Cipher, people who shook the Bill Cipher statue, shook his hand. Then how Bill Cipher is able to transfer from that stone statue to the minds of these people, and then he's alive and well in this world. Like he's not dead yet, because at the end of the season, and I hope I'm not spoiling anything again. If you want to avoid spoilers, please just skip this part. What happens is Stan, the great grand uncle of Dipper and Mabel, he shakes hand with Bill Cipher, letting him enter his mind.
Skip a minute here, guys, if you don't want to
Okay.
spoilers.
So he shook his hand with Bill Cipher to let him enter his mind. Then what happened was when Bill Cipher was inside his mind, because he wanted to find out a secret to unlock his ability to trespass into the real world. So what happened was when he was inside of Stan's mind, Dipper and Mabel and Stan's brother, I'm not going to give that away, but they basically use a memory eraser gun and shot Stan with the gun. So since Bill was inside his mind, Stan lost all of his memories, but in losing his memories at the same time, because Bill was also inside his mind, it eradicated Bill as well. So now the theory, but then 30 minutes after that, Stan starts to recover his memory from looking at pictures and stuff of their summer holidays. So now the argument is Bill Cipher really dead? Because if Stan can look at pictures and then gain back his memory, so doesn't that mean that Bill Cipher is also, regained in his mind? And then if that's the case, then doesn't that mean that the statue basically represents Bill Cipher? And how he's going to transmit to the real world?
The statue is Bill Cipher, but if Stan regained his memories, right, then it should stand to reason that Bill Cipher actually came back. And if you remember, the memory gun actually creates a cartridge of memories. So it's not really erasing, more like extracting and storing in a small cartridge.
Oh, okay.
And then,
Here's the thing.
and here's the thing: is would Bill Cipher reincarnate, or like would he exist again as a memory in Stan's head, or how does he end up in a statue in the first place?
Yeah, that's not when Bill Cipher came into Earth, he was actually a 3D being for the first time in a long time. Okay, so that's his physical body is just turned to stone with his hand outstretched. But he went into Stan's mind, and if Stan regained his memories, it could also mean that Bill Cipher is just inside roaming around, and he took over Stan's body.
Okay, here's the
Yeah,
thing, right?
that sounds very plausible.
Okay. So I have a very strong argument over here. So this might just be a okay. So basically, what is kind of like this, like based on what you said here, like how does a stone transfer this, and doesn't Stan have to be involved in all of this? So basically, when Bill Cipher takes over someone's body, he has the ability to mimic their voice and use their body. Okay, so what's kind of like the major plot hole for this theory is that, or like the standing point of it, is that um, throughout this witch hunt, you have secret voice recordings that you get from none other than Stan. And no other characters appear in this witch hunt. It's only Stan. So the theory kind of exists as the fact that Stan was the one who planted the statue, because there's a recording from Stan that says that he actually planted the statue for you as a gift, as a reward for finding what's at the end of this witch hunt. And then, like, yeah, so that's kind of like the reward. So people are saying, like, if Stan was the one who planned all of this, and then Bill Cipher is in Stan's mind, so Bill Cipher could have controlled Stan to plant that statue in our reality, then he could have shook hands with the statue to transfer his consciousness into the statue. Then when other people go and shake hands with the statue, he can transfer himself into them. So that's basically how the theory kind of plays out.
I mean, if you just go by the plot of Gravity Falls, this is very plausible. But is Bill Cipher actually real in our reality? I mean, how would anyone prove that?
So get means everyone's speechless right now.
I don't know if you say Alex Hirsch is really just doing a documentary about a creature that can enter into mindscapes of human beings in a cartoonish form. I mean, to lessen the impact. But it's also possible that Bill actually exists, and if he really exists, it's probably not going to stay among commoners. It's just going to go all the way to the top, like president of the U.S. or some kind of bureaucrat position where he has a lot of power.
I mean, it's
I mean,
easy
it could be. Yeah, you go on this one.
No, I mean, it's easy to debunk this kind of theory, you know, like it originates from a cartoon, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's a witch, you can say it's a witch hunt that the creator perpetrated to, you know, advance the popularity of this series. But like, you could just go, like do a quick search on a forum and you can find people like claiming that Bill Cipher is actually real and actually tormenting them and trying to take control of their minds, and then you start to wonder.
If you think about it too much, there's known to be like situations and cases where people just think about something like until they obsess over it that they can see in their dreams. It's like, so you know, it's Slender Man. Those kids that try to kill their friends. No. This links to this. This links to this because there were 3 kids that were traveling along with a camp group. 2 of them believe in Slenderman, okay, and then they drag their third friend into the woods to try and stab her to death as a peace offering to Slenderman.
I heard about this.
Yeah. but the girl survived and she came back and reported the police. So these two girls were actually acquitted on accounts of insanity because they believed something that wasn't supposed to exist. So if you,
Okay.
I mean, it's possible that these people who claim to be tormented, so-called tormented by Bill Cipher, just obsessed over it too much, and eventually it just stuck in their heads.
Yeah,
believe
true.
the
It
human
is
mind
very
is not
plausible,
divided.
but what does Alex Hirsch have to say about all this?
Okay, wait. Mingza had a point. What was it, Mingza?
I
Expand your
believe the
thoughts.
human mind is fragile and a very interesting thing. I believe Kia was kind of right that a lot of people are just kind of obsessed over things until it affects their mental states and their daily life. I think people are just really overthinking about Bill Cipher's existence as a whole. I mean, if Bill Cipher really is as he stated in the show, then he seriously would be trying his best to take over the world right at this very moment.
I don't think he really wants to take over the world, more like destroy it, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah, by more that he has
Then
to possess
again,
host with enough power or connection somehow, like a prime minister or maybe monarch of a country or something along the line.
Someone with influence, so you could take down
Yeah.
as many people as you can in one swoop.
Yeah, that's about.
So something like Kim Jong Un, you can just nuke the entire world and be done with it.
That's
okay, let's
interesting.
not get into this.
Let's
not
hope
get
it's Bill Cipher is actually real. He isn't listening to this right now.
Yeah, I also have a question.
Okay.
Since you said that he transferred mind by shaking hand, does that mean that the stone of Bill Cipher is now is nothing but a mere empty vessel?
Yeah.
Yeah, in a way. Oh god, this is going to Hollow Knight, isn't it? Oh god. How oh my
Better than
god.
No, I remember Hollow Knight.
Okay.
No, this
So
is a
basically
story for another day.
No, I mean,
was
okay, to the ones listening right now, to the episode, you can just stand in front of the mirror in a dimly lit room, okay, at night, and you can just stare at yourself in the mirror until you really feel that that person isn't really you, because that's all that really is. Your mind is just trying to create stuff that you want to see.
Okay, no. Okay, you see,
I mean, you
your
can just
brain
try this.
perceives things. Okay, no, that's borderline not true because, and I would argue because, okay, let's just say Bill Cipher is just a conspiracy theory. I agree with this. Okay, the fact that it might not be true. I mean, high probability that it's not true at all. But the thing is, when you're talking about looking at a mirror, it's what your brain perceives. Okay, so what you perceive is what you imagine. But instead of imagining, it's it's like in terms of reality forming inside of your head. So that's your like reality. So it's borderline insanity when you get driven away by that. I think that's what you mean, kid. Is that true?
No, I think it's
What do you mean
already
driven
borderline
away?
insane to be standing in front of a mirror in a dimly lit room just trying to look for something in the first place. And obviously when
Yeah.
you're telling yourself you're looking for something, you are
Oh my
automatically gonna try to find that in some way. And if you don't actually find it in
Yeah.
front of you, your mind is probably
I
gonna
know this
manifest
might
your
not-
thoughts in front of you.
Yes. So
Hold on, I know
that's
this might
really
not
how
be
it works.
related. Does anyone remember that one episode in Gravity Shows where Dipper caught a beast that shows a nightmare, and then they show a reflection of a mirror to that guy.
Oh
and he
yeah,
saw
yeah,
it
yeah,
in the
yeah,
mirror.
yeah. Oh
Like, you're
damn!
this
Wow,
you
this
in
actually
the
relates to
future.
one of the
You look
episodes.
like your father.
Okay. Oh,
This is interesting.
Oh, no, because your mind is really active. Okay, so when you stand in front of a mirror with nothing to do, your mind creates scenarios to entertain yourself. Okay, the mind needs something to keep his hands busy because it really likes fiddling.
See. Here's the thing. You don't need to be in front of a mirror. This is basically what you're talking about is meditation, where people just shut their eyes in a quiet room and let the mind play out. You
Yes,
know?
precisely. But for those people who are not okay, meditation is like an acquired skill. So the first step you can do to prove that your mind is really just playing tricks on you, just stand in front of the mirror, do the mirror trick. That just confirms that the mind It's
That's
weird.
just scary as shit. Like I'm not like no one's gonna
I mean,
stand in
okay, okay.
line.
Only do this if you're not. Only do this if you have someone else in the house with you that can sleep with you or something, because
Oh
it's
dear
really
God.
scary as hell. No, I'm telling you, it's
Oh
really
my,
scary as hell because
what have
you
you
can
done,
literally
kid?
stare in the mirror, and you can see all sorts of things that you don't want to see. Okay, because your mind just wants to do something to keep yourself entertained.
Okay, this is starting to get out of hand. I thank you all so much for listening to this episode
This
of
is
the
a tough
podcast. This is, hopefully, you do not get tormented by this mirror psychology that is, of course, driving Kian borderline insane. So we'll see you all in the next episode with another conspiracy theory. Goodbye, everyone.